guys, it's Sabrina. So today I wanted to make a video real quick, just looking back at the past 4 years of college since I'm graduating in a few months. And then I'm off to medical school to start my new chapter in life. So I'm pretty excited about that. Really nervous and excited at the same time though, because I'm finally getting to do what I really want to do and love, and I'm so excited for the future. And yeah, so anyway, I just want to look back at my college experience because I can't believe it's already done. These past 4 years have been absolutely crazy. I've just grown so much as a person since I started college in so many different ways. And it's crazy to just see myself now compared to who I was as a freshman. 4 years goes by pretty slow when you're actually doing them. Like when you're going day by day, it goes by really slow. But then when you look back in total, it's like, well, where'd it go? So I don't know, I feel like my junior and senior year, although my junior year was one of my hardest, it passed by really fast. Maybe it's because I was always doing homework and always studying and stuff, and the same with like sophomore year, I think. Senior year has been a little bit more chill, but I still feel like it's going by really fast. I just forget like what weeks it is. And yeah, freshman year was probably one of the years that I just remember the most being like the craziest for me, because I just was getting used to like college and like a new city and everything like that, so it was really different for me. And looking back, I remember why I decided to pick my major, which is biochemistry. I was talking to like a pre-med advisor and she recommended biochemistry as a really good major for medical school, so I decided to pick that. I really liked biology and I really liked chemistry, and honestly I've always been better at chemistry. I think my mind just understands chemistry better, like OChem, general chem. Maybe it's because there's like, I know OChem doesn't, mine just really likes math. And so I decided to do that major, and I really liked my major. I thought it was really interesting. We learned a lot about like the chemical paths and like all that biochem fun stuff, like regulation and things, and I actually really enjoyed it. I was told that it's one of the hardest majors out there, and I can definitely attest to that, but I had fun because I really like being challenged, and I thought biochemistry was like a really good and challenging major for me, so definitely enjoyed that. Freshman year was when I moved away from my parents for the first time ever, and my family, and it was super hard for me. I didn't want to do it. I had applied to like a local school and I really wanted to stay, but my parents told me that I should just like go branch out, see what it's like to live in another city, and just like have my full college experience. So I went, I lived in the dorms, had some roommates, had a really good first year. I tried to do everything that they had for us on campus, like go to like paint dance parties and go to like different activities and things, and I just really had fun freshman year. It was weird. I felt like I was going to college, but I was also having like fun, like experiencing new things, meeting new people and stuff, and just discovering how it is to live on your own, and what it's like to, you know, have to go like deal with your own food and figure out all that stuff, and you know, if you're sick, deal with that on your own, and you just don't have your parents to do your laundry or anything like that anymore, and you just have to figure it out on your own. So that was like a wake-up call, because I definitely was very babied when I lived at home. I just had everything pretty much done for me. I would just come home and study when I was in high school, and it was so different in college. So I learned how to balance that. I remember my freshman year I didn't really like go out or do things much compared to like my junior year. My freshman year I studied, and I studied way too much. I studied the same way I would in high school, where I just come home, study, and even though my test is like 2 weeks before, I'd still study. And over the years, I've learned that I don't need to study like 2 weeks in advance for a test, actually, so that's good at least. And yeah, so I learned that about myself. So freshman year was just like learning more about how to like just be on my own, I guess, kind of thing, and for the first time ever, and that was a different experience. Sophomore year, I learned what it's like to live with roommates in a house, and that was also a pretty challenging experience as well, because I didn't have a good experience my first time living with roommates. And it was pretty hard for me, and I just really missed home because of that, like a lot. And I did have Alex though, because she finally came down for college too, which was super nice. So at least me and her were together, and we just got along really well. We share a master bedroom, and we would just hang out all the time and stuff, and always do things together. But other than that, it did not really go out. I did join like a pre-med fraternity my freshman year, my freshman spring year, which is called Phi DE. It's like all over the world and all over the United States, and that really helped with like making friends and meeting new people. I did meet a lot of people in the dorms, but I definitely did not keep in touch with them. Like I don't talk to anyone really that I met in the dorms anymore. Most of the people that I talk to are from Phi DE or from my classes. I actually did make friends in classes, and it's probably because half of the people in FIDE are in my classes too, so that's helpful. But I branched out and talked to more people as well, so I have a lot of friends that aren't even in FIDE that I know, which is pretty cool. And I learned how to not be as shy, because I definitely came into college just super quiet, and I realized that I wasn't going to have any fun or enjoy myself if I didn't actually talk to people. So I learned just how to kind of branch out, so that helped a lot with making friends. It can be really hard at first, but joining clubs and joining like fraternities and sororities is pretty helpful for making friends and just like getting to know people in your classes, because eventually you get to know people in your classes. After you've been together for 4 years, you know each other. You're like, oh, I know you, even though I've never talked to you, we're like friends by association. And so sophomore year, school got harder. It was definitely a lot more challenging. I was always studying, and sophomore year was the first time I ever got 2 A- out of my college career. It was a pretty sad semester for me, because I'd always gotten straight A's before, and I was pretty sad. But it was in like classes that were pretty difficult, and I had a terrible schedule, so it explains everything. But either way, 2 A- are not that bad, so I should not have been as sad as I was. I cried. It was really heartbreaking for me, but now looking back, I worked really hard, so it's okay. And after that, sophomore year in the summer, I studied abroad in Spain. I definitely recommend studying abroad when you're in college. It is just so much fun to be able to like go study in a different country and to learn more about that culture and the people there. And I had an amazing time traveling like throughout Spain with groups of people. I made friends there too who were also studying abroad from the United States, and I had a really great time just like immersing myself into the local culture. So I definitely recommend studying abroad in one of your favorite places. You'll learn more about a different country, and it'll also just like help you learn more about yourself too. It's pretty cool. And I love doing that. I did it with my sister, so it wasn't that scary just going on my own. Some people go on there, like a lot of people do, honestly, and they have an amazing time as well. So don't worry about that, but I recommend it. I did it my sophomore year because I knew my junior summer would be dedicated to the MCAT, so that's why I did it sophomore year. And then after that, I started my junior year, which was one of my hardest years ever. It was just a lot of upper division classes, like 400 levels, 300 levels, and it required a lot of studying and homework to do. There was less homework. As you like get older in college, you have less and less homework and assignments. You just have quizzes and tests, which can be like which can be good or bad. It could destroy you or it could help you, so it depends. I didn't like it at first. I was like, damn, there's 4 tests in this class. If I mess up on one, I'm screwed, like B. But I ended up surviving. And I had some of the hardest classes ever. I had a class called biophysical chemistry where getting an F was like an A. So I would get Fs all the time on my tests, and that would be an A, and it was just the most, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you just feel terrible for doing bad. You know that an F is a good grade in that class, but you're still like, damn, I got an F, and I studied for weeks for this test, and oh, that class was intense. I still have like PTSD from it. And that was my junior year fall. And then my junior year spring, that's when I had like another really difficult class called molecular bio. And it was just hard because it was a lot of material, and the tests were like every 2 weeks, but I learned so much. It was probably one of my favorite undergraduate classes because of that. So junior year, I also took the MCAT for the first time in the winter, failed it. Did not go well at all. I just didn't study the way I should have. And then my summer, I dedicated it just to studying. Like, I didn't really do anything else at all because I knew that if I really wanted to go to med school, I had to get a good score. So I had no choice, so I just studied my butt off for 2 months, 8 hours a day. It was wonderful. But honestly, it was worth it. I got the score that I needed. I am now accepted into medical school, which is absolutely crazy, and I am pursuing my dream. So it was really awesome. That summer I worked on my application, which takes months. Your personal statement takes months. And then I got 2 interviews to 2 local college, medical schools, and they were really scary. It was my first time ever interviewing for anything. So one was an MMI, which is really, I don't really like MMIs. I like the other interview. It was like a standard interview, and I just felt like I did better because I could just, talk and be myself, whereas the MMI stressed me out. I felt like I don't know if I was saying the right things or not, and I just felt pressured a lot. So I just don't know what came out of my mouth, honestly. But for the standard ones, I felt pretty good because I felt like, okay, I know what to say, I know who I am, and this is pretty easy, nothing like ethical or whatever. So I enjoyed that one better, and that's the school that I got accepted into, not surprising. So yeah, that's what happened. And the school I got accepted to is really awesome too. It has a full ride scholarship, which is absolutely incredible because they're a new school. And I'm just so excited for that part, and I'm also excited because it's back in my home state, so I'm actually going back to my parents and I get to be with them again. And it's been pretty tough on me and my sister without my family here, and I'm really excited to be able to go back and spend more time with them and see them, and I think that's probably the best part too. So yeah, that's like an update about my medical school, because I didn't tell you guys anything like about it, but yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff. And sorry, it's getting really dark outside, so the lighting's kind of bad, but I look orange when I turn on the other light, so we're just gonna do this for now. And then I started my senior year, which was honestly really relaxing. I do have a senior thesis where I do have to be in lab most of the time, but it's not too bad. I get my experiments done when I have to, and I make sure I'm there when I need to be. And I've been in that lab for like 3 years, 2 years? Yeah, 2 years since my sophomore year, so I've gotten the hang of it since then, and I definitely recommend you join a lab. I think it was super helpful for me to join a lab. I also volunteered at the hospital. I volunteered with hospice and shadowed a lot of doctors, and I just did what I knew I needed to do for medical school. If you guys are doing a different field, make sure you look into what's good for your field as well, so you guys can get hired after school. Or if you're doing like a master's or a doctorate, look into that as well. But that's what I did because I wanted to apply to med school and I knew that. And then research, I'm just doing that. I'm finishing it up this semester, and then I just have to do like a presentation, and I'm writing a thesis, so that's pretty fun. It's just like a big like 15-page essay about what you did in lab for the past year. So I'm working on that as we speak. And then my class schedule has been really relaxing because I took all of my hard classes and everything I needed to take freshman, sophomore, and junior year, so now I have a super relaxing schedule. I recommend you do that. It is really nice to just relax your senior year, especially since I'm starting medical school immediately. My medical school starts July 17th, so I don't have much of a summer. I just go right into it. So the fact that I had a really chill like senior thesis was really nice. It just helped me relax before I get into like the hard stuff. So I recommend that. I haven't had a really crazy schedule, and I've been really interested in my classes this semester and stuff, so yeah. Then my junior and senior year, I also started to have like more fun, to go out, to like hang out with more friends and do things like that and go on adventures and stuff, and I kind of just like branched out, and I noticed that me as a person grew a lot too. I wasn't as shy as I used to be. I talked to more people and stuff. It's weird to see how much you change when you're put into a situation that you have to change. I definitely became an adult, and I just grew up. And I'm just not the girl that I was before I started college. Like, I've just learned so much about myself and who I am as a person, and just how to balance school and fun and relationships and stuff. And I met my boyfriend because he's also like a biochemistry major. We've had classes together like all these past 4 years, and I met him my junior year. Well, I've known him. I just finally talked to him because I had a big crush on him my junior year, and so we were best friends for a really long time, and then we started dating, and it's just been really good because we had our best friendship before, and then we started dating, so we just really knew each other. And I definitely recommend that. If you have a situation like that, it's a really good idea to get to know someone that way. That's the first time I've actually ever done that, because normally I just start relationships, don't really know the person really, which hasn't been really great in the past, but this time I knew him, and it's been working out pretty great. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. He's also applied to medical school and is waiting to hear back right now, so fingers crossed he gets accepted into med school. Fingers crossed he gets accepted into med school, but we'll see. So that's kind of just like how my past 4 years of college have been. I don't have any regrets. I think I lived it to the fullest and really did enjoy myself, and I'm going to face this way so the light's a little bit better. And yeah, I just loved it. If you can, I definitely recommend going to college, I guess. It's really fun. You learn a lot about yourself, you make a lot of friends, and you get a really good education. I just love learning, and I had so much fun learning these past 4 years. so much more than you think you know. You don't know anything once you leave high school. You know so much once you finish college, and I can't imagine how much I'm going to know after med school. But yeah, so that is my reflection on the past 4 years of college and how I feel about it. I had a really great time, and if you guys if you guys are graduating or starting college, you guys should totally post a video or comment below about how you felt about college or what you're most nervous about college if you're starting, and let me know. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you guys are doing really well, and I'll see you guys in my upcoming videos. Bye guys!